Okay, today we're going to look at creating a flip chart using the Activ Inspire software. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and open Activ Inspire. And as you can see, I'm in the ActivInspire Primary interface. You can see up here it says Primary, and then you can also tell visually it looks a little bit more juvenile. If you teach older grades, stop this video and watch the ActivInspire Studio video instead. If you teach younger grades, continue to watch this video. When you open ActivInspire, you have the dashboard open on top. There's a flip chart open underneath it. So for creating a flip chart, which is what we're planning on doing right now, you can just close the dashboard and you are ready to go. We're going to start by adding a background to our first slide. In order to do that, we're going to go to the resource browser, which is found in your toolbox. We're going to open that up, and it's going to open up down here our resource browser. Now this shows me all sorts of pictures, which is nice, but I'm looking for backgrounds. So I'm going to open up the different kinds of resources, and I'm going to click on backgrounds. And I want an illustration. So it's going to open up down here. It's going to show me all of my different illustration background options. Let's get this out of the way. So that's pretty nice. We've got all of our illustrations right here. Now I'm planning on making a flip chart for an under the sea unit that we're working on. So I'm going to want an illustration in my background that is kind of beachy or has a sea theme to it. So let's try this one and see what it looks like. So you're just going to find one you like, and you're going to double click on it, and it's going to be applied to your flip chart. This one is good, but I'm only talking about things under the sea. I'm not really talking about anything on land, so I'm not sure this is going to be the perfect one for me. So let's see what else, and oh, we have this one as well, the ocean theme. So we're just going to double click on that one, and it will override our first one. So now we've got the under the sea illustration that we want. Now we are going to add a title using text. In order to do this, we're going to go back to our toolbox and we're going to click on the text icon. I'm going to click that right there. When we click on the text icon, it also opens up down here our toolbox that gives us all the different options for our text. And then you'll see we have our cursor right there so we can start our text box. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on our flip chart anywhere we want to be, and then we're just going to start typing. So I want the title of this to be Under the Sea. Excellent. That is how I want that to look. Now I decided that this is a good font, but I think I want a different one. So I'm going to highlight my text, and I'm going to go back down to our toolbox, and I'm going to pick a different font. I think I like this one better. And, oh, that font needs to be bold, so I'm going to go ahead and click bold as my option as well. So now we've got our font right there. It looks good, and we're going to just take this little four-way arrow, and we're going to move it so that it's up at the top and a little bit more out of the way for my flip charts. So that looks pretty good. That text looks like where I want it to be, so I'm all set with text. Next, we need to add some pictures. We're under the sea, so we need some sea creatures to be down here as well. So I'm going to go back to the resource browser, and again, I'm going to open up that little resource location so that I can see the different things that they have to offer. Now, there's a lot of stuff in the resource browser, and we'll go over this later in a future video. So we will be looking at all these resources that are available to you. For now, I'm going to go to Subjects, and then I'm going to click on General, and then I'm going to click on Animals. The General Subjects place is always a good place to check out if you're not sure where you are, what you want to look for. So under Animals, I've got different kinds of animals. I've got amphibians, aquatic life, birds, extinct, insects, mammals, marsupials, photographs, and reptiles. But I'm under the sea, so I'm going to stick with aquatic life. You'll see when I click on that, it's going to open up all the different aquatic life that I could have down here in our little toolbox down here for different kinds of aquatic animals. And we can use this little arrow to click over and see more. So let's get some animals in here. Let's start with this clownfish. I like him. He looks like he's a good choice to have up here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on him, and then I'm going to drag him up here. Okay. Make sure I have my cursor instead of having my text tool anymore. I'm going to click on my little guide. It's going to give me a little toolbox for everything to do with him. And I think that that is a little bit too big of a clownfish for this under the sea, so I'm going to make him a little bit smaller. Okay. We can also make him bigger by using these stars or the little stars. You can make him adjust how you would like. From here, you can rotate him so he can swim up or twirl around or whatever you want him to do. But I'm pretty happy with the way he is now. So we go back to our research browser. Got my fish. Happy with that. I think I need another fish though. Let's put a dolphin in there. So we'll just, again, click on your picture, drag it into your flip chart right there. Now this dolphin is actually a pretty good size, so I'm just going to move it up so that it's more on the blue instead of on the gray, so it sticks out. Now I think I need a starfish, of course. So again, I'm going to click and drag and then resize if I need to. Move it over. And last but not least, I'm going to get a turtle up here. So I'm going to click and drag, and now I've got my turtle there as well. Now that we have all of our happy sea creatures in our under the sea flip chart, we are going to add some annotations. Now, up until this point, I would have done everything on my computer and had it prepared before class. Annotations are best done using the board live so that you can use the pen actually on the board. It's a little more complicated to use the annotation tools when you just have your mouse as the only tool that you can use for it. It's hard to write handwriting with your mouse. So please forgive my handwriting as we're going through this. For our annotations, we're going to select the pen tool over here, and it will open up this toolbox at the bottom. Now when we select the pen tool in the primary interface, it actually gives us a couple of options. We have highlighters over here, we have pencils right here, and then we have erasers right here. And you'll notice that there's varying widths for all of these as well. You also see we have all of our colors available to us down here. Right now our color chosen is black, which I'm going to stick with, but you can just choose any color. You'll see the tips of the pencils all change, which lets you know what color you're in, but we're going to stick with black. And I'm going to have a medium width pencil that I'm going to be using. So now I'm going to come up here and I can write what these different kinds of animals are. Maybe I want to have them point an arrow to this and then write that it's a clownfish. Okay. And then maybe I have a student come up here and they're going to also use the pen. They can point to this and maybe they're going to write that it's a dolphin. But we know how students can sometimes be. Dolphin isn't always spelled right. So get that dolphin in there. Okay, so as you can see, we have dolphin spelled wrong here, and so we're going to want to get rid of that. In order to do that, we're going to change from our pen tool to our eraser tool. And then we're going to go ahead and erase that word. Notice, it just erases the annotations. It doesn't erase the pictures, the background. Even if I ran it over this text, it wouldn't erase any of that, just the annotations. Say I want to start this over as well. So for my next class, I don't want these annotations here either. You can always go to the little spray bottle icon, click that, clear annotations, and now my flip chart page is back to its original state. If we want to create the next flip chart page, all we're going to have to do is hit next page, and now we have a new blank one where we can start with a background, a title, pictures, anything like that right from here. To save this, we're going to go back to our first page. To save this, we're going to go to File, Save. We're going to title it whatever we want to title it. So we're going to call this Under the Sea. And we're going to save this. Now if I need to open that flip chart up, I can just go to where I saved it and it'll be right there waiting for me. I hope this helped so that you can see how to create a flip chart using the ActivInspire Primary interface.